Hi, Michelle. My name is Dawn Marie, and I'm really looking forward to working with you the next few months. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to help you work on your goals. And I should ask or mention I'm a chronic note taker, so I just want to make sure, is that okay if I take notes while we talk?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. And it's nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, awesome. Good. Well, thank you for taking the time to go over your wellness assessment. I think those are a really great way to take and learn about kind of where you're at in life and what sort of areas need a little love and what areas you're doing really good at and everything. So that's awesome. So, but I guess before we get started here, do you have any questions for me?
I don't think I do right at this very moment, but I'm sure I'll come up with a couple by the time we're finished with our session. So.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, how about you just start with sharing a little bit about yourself, and then we kind of learn a little bit more there as we go.
Okay. Well, you already know my name. Texas. I'm married. I have one daughter who's 17 months old. Let's see. I'm really busy right now. I have a full-time job working for Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. I also have my own health insurance agency on the side. Let's see. I'm also in the Texas Army National Guard. I do 1 weekend a month with them, and I'm going to school full-time. So I don't really have as much free time as I would like, which is part of the reason I'm here, to kind of figure out how I can, get motivated to get into a workout program and start eating better, because I'm having a really hard time with that. So.
Right. So, sounds like you need to try and fit in some more stuff through your day there. It's really, I don't know, it's kind of hard to,
it froze.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, we, I know how that can be where you're trying to accomplish so much in a day's time. It gets a little challenging trying to make dedicated time for workouts and that, and just even things as simple as just trying to plan meals and taking care of the family and making sure everybody's where they need to be when they need to be. So that definitely gets tricky.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So what are some of the things then that you are hoping to gain from working with a health coach then?
Well, like I said, I'm trying to increase my motivation. Started incorporating more diet, which is something that I've been liking. I've actually been working on drinking more water throughout the day. I have a little app that kind of yells at me every hour and a half or so and tells me to drink water. So it's actually, I've noticed a huge difference with that. And really, like I said, I want to start working out. I used to lift weights a lot and run a lot. Military, I do have to stay fit.
Oh, did that freeze again?
Any kind of these that I'm required to. Say again.
Oh, I think you froze there. I'm sorry. I missed part of that. I got to where you were talking about lifting weights.
Oh, yes. I used to lift weights pretty regularly. I mean, almost every day and run. And being in the military, that's something that I have to stay physically fit in order to, pass my physical fitness test and just to be able to perform any that, require me to be in good shape. So I'd really, really to get back to as fit as I used to be, which can be kind of hard. I do have some issues with my neck and back that kind of are also in the way at the moment. So I am, so hopefully we'll get it fixed soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So with your being in the National Guard, do you have your testing then that you have to do every so often, or how does that work?
I'm required to take a PT test every year. We do, if I'm scheduled to go to a school or anything, I do have to take one within 30 days of going to that school, at the school, and be able to pass. And generally it's just push-ups, sit-ups, and then a 2-mile run. Mm-hmm. So that part, the 2-mile run's been kind of hard for me with my back lately. So I may get that fixed so that I can do, like an alternate event or something instead of running. But
right.
We'll see how that goes.
Right. It's just one of those things. It's just kind of a work in progress, I guess. And it's kind of interesting how sometimes just oddball ailments or whatnot can kind of creep into the mix, and you have to kind of be adaptable, shift gears, and just keep moving. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I guess at this time I'd kind of like to go over the coaching agreement and whatnot. First, I'd just like to let you know that, everything that we discussed is confidential. And in saying that, I think it's really important that we take and try and, as we go through just the questions and working on getting a plan developed here for you or whatnot, that you are, honest with yourself. And I think that just only helps you get the most out of this experience. And then here over the next few months, I'd like to set you up where we're working once a week for like a 30-minute session. Does that sound like that might fit into your schedule? Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely work that into my schedule.
Okay, awesome.
30 minutes.
Perfect. Okay. Well, when you did your wellness assessment, was there anything that stood out there that that you learned about yourself that maybe you were surprised, or either good or bad?
Sorry, no, I didn't catch that. You kind of froze up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say that again.
Okay. When you did your wellness assessment, was there anything within that was a surprise to you, either good or bad stuff, but just stuff that you learned about yourself that was of interest and enlightening, I guess?
No, there wasn't anything that surprised me about it. So it was all pretty much as I expected.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty honest with myself as far as, my lack of motivation and all that sort of thing. So. Right.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you just talked about your neck and your back. Now those issues, are those going to prevent you from then? Obviously, the running, you kind of mentioned that you weren't sure how that was going to hold up for you or whatnot, but are there any other limitations that we need to keep in mind when trying to develop a fitness program for you?
I'm not 100% sure yet. Like I said, I'm still in the process to see a doctor about that. I do have some problems as far as like lifting overhead because I think the neck is affecting, my shoulders and a little bit of my upper back as well. The lower back is less of an issue as to actual weightlifting, but the running problems. So I try to avoid that for the time being. Right. Until I, get some more information as to what's going on down there. So.
Okay. Alrighty. So what would you say your strengths are as far as like motivation and working towards a program or that?
As far as my strengths go, motivation-wise, well, like I said, I've had a very serious lack of motivation lately. I think a lot of it is because I do have a very young child at home tonight still. So we've been having at least 2 or 3 times a night with her. So I think that's a lot of the problem.
Right.
It's just not really getting enough sleep. As far as my strengths, though, is when I actually really do get motivated and I finally do the program, I'm really good about sticking with it because I know that it makes me gets me going, and I know that I will like the way that I look, I get more into it and really start working out, because I have been there before. So this isn't, a whole new thing that I'm trying to do. It's just something that I used to do that I'm trying to get back to.
Right. Okay. So. Perfect. That's awesome. That's really just so tricky, I think, trying to just keep moving forward with that once you kind of get on your feet and get that momentum going, and not getting sidelined, especially having the family, and it sounds like you're really busy, just with work and trying to go to school full time and all that and everything. So yeah.
Well, it's pretty hopeful that I should be graduating this semester, so that will take a huge load off my shoulders, and hopefully, things will get easier after that. So looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
So, what accomplishments would you say you're most proud of?
Bringing a beautiful little baby into the world, definitely. Gosh, I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know what I would consider a huge accomplishment. I did get both of my insurance licenses knocked out last summer, so that was really awesome. My military career is progressing very well, so I'm pretty thrilled with that, and the fact that I'm finally going to graduate this semester for a long time, so I'm very excited about that. Gosh, I don't know. I guess that's really it for the time being. And then I did start my own health insurance agency this past December, so I'm looking forward to moving further with that and building up my clientele and all that. So that's pretty awesome as well.
That's wonderful. Yeah. You sound like you're so busy.
Oh, I'm too busy. I've probably bitten off more than I can chew, but at least I'm never bored. So, no.
Right. So, what would you describe as? Well, not necessarily what would you describe, but what do you find right now with your current schedule and the way things are? What's really working for you right now?
As far as like exercising or?
Yeah, and just even scheduling.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been working out at all. I'm very sporadic. Every so often I'll kind of get in a workout here and there. I don't have to be at work until 9 in the morning. So I could get up earlier, and I would prefer to get up early and do my workout before I go to work because I don't like to work out in the evenings. So plus I do have a gym at home.
Right.
That I can use. We have a full set of weights, and so that's really great that I have that available. I just haven't been utilizing it, which shame on me, because a lot of people don't have that at home. So really that's something I just need to make myself get up, and I just need to do it like for a week or two every day. And I know that once I do that, it will be a routine and it will work for me to get up. Mm-hmm. So, or because again, that's what I've done in the past is I get up early, work out, I feel great, my day goes great, and it's awesome. I just need to get that out of bed going. That's the hard part that I'm having trouble with, really.
Right. So. Yeah, just it's amazing how different you feel just starting your day out with that, and it just really sets the tone for your day, or I find that for myself. Right now, I'm struggling with winter. So we live in Wyoming, and like this morning when I came to work, it was negative 12. So it's like, I just want to be outside walking or riding my bike or whatnot, but not at negative 12.
Oh. Yeah, see, that's terrible. See, and I live in Central Texas, and for us, it's we did get really cold like a week or two ago. I mean, like it was 7 degrees, which that never happens in Central Texas. Yeah, and so that's another thing that I am kind of struggling with as well, is that it has been really cold in the mornings. or anything in our gym. It's basically like a big metal building. We don't have any central heat or air in there.
Mm-hmm.
So something I've thought about doing, I just haven't yet, is maybe getting like a space heater to put in there. Because when you touch those metal bars, they're really cold, and you don't want to touch that with your hands.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Maybe I'm a weenie. So that's something that that's something that I probably need to go ahead and do, is just get a space heater in there so that it's less cold when I get up in the morning. But it is starting to warm up already, so hopefully that'll help with motivation.
Yeah. Spring is just around the corner, hopefully here. So yeah. Well, I just wanted to take a chance to thank you for sharing with me today, and I think from our conversation that you sound like you're really ready to start working on developing some goals, which we'll work on in the future, and you sound like you're very motivated, which is wonderful. So
I'm glad I sound motivated to somebody.
You do. I mean, it's one of those things that I think motivation kind of comes in waves or whatnot, but part of the battle, I think, is just getting your mindset ready to tackle that and start working towards things. So that's awesome. So so how about we maybe take a look at our calendars and get scheduled for our next session? Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Michelle.